Show number 20.
This Otaku's Life.
Hey you. Yeah, you. You know what? You are awesome. And yeah, you over there, behind the person who's listening, you are awesome. Well, not yesterday. Yesterday you weren't so awesome, but today, you are pretty awesome. Everyone has the potential to be more than they already are. You can strive to be awesome, but you really can't fake it. And those who are, don't really know that they're doing it. A week ago, we had a problem at work. There was an outage. And I started helping troubleshooting. And at work, they've built a lot of utilities that give them a lot of insight when problems start occurring. And while I was utilizing that information, I chose to take a different direction to figure out what the problem was. And I added my little bit of it into this conversation to help troubleshoot the problem. The result is, instead of being a 3-hour effort, we solved it in about 30 minutes. And just when we were done, I got this IM from my boss's boss. She was on the call and she was listening, and she says, "You are awesome. You rock." And that in itself was awesome. I'm very unaccustomed to having my bosses say thank you. And I wasn't doing it for attention. I was doing what came naturally. And everyone has this potential in them. You can be more than you already are by just being who you are. So when I say you're awesome, at some point today, last week, or last month, you probably were. Not every moment, not every second does this apply, but it definitely applies sometime during your day, sometime during your week, where you've done something selfless, you've done something that comes natural to you, that's added value to the process, to people, to individuals. If you're a parent, majority of you are awesome. However, being a kid myself, being a teenager, I remember when I thought my parents weren't so awesome. And if I think hard and long about it, maybe some of the things, maybe some of the guidance, maybe some of the things that they kept me from doing were really actually pretty awesome. So when I say it, I mean it. We have all a little bit of awesome in us all the time. And you can't just fake it. It's achieved when you do it unintentionally. I remember at an anime convention, we basically had control over a full room, and we didn't need something what they call gophers. And they kept sending gophers to our 24-hour room. And since we had enough of us who were already on staff that were part of our department, we didn't need gophers. Well, so we eventually had this guy who I eventually kiddingly called Awesome Gopher Guy. And we got pizza. There were no plates and there were no napkins. So I asked the Awesome Gopher Guy, clearly this was before I started calling him Awesome Gopher Guy behind his back. I said to him, "All right, this is what I need you to do. We have pizza, but we have no plates. We have no napkins. We need them stacked." So he runs off, and about 10 minutes later, he comes back with plates, with napkins, forks, knives, and you name it. Not only did he go way beyond, he thought about it. And to me, he was awesome. He not only delivered, he not only did the simplest thing that I asked for, but he went beyond that without anyone asking him. He was our Awesome Gopher Guy, and he had a positive outlook on everything. And so if I knew what his name was, if I knew that he was going to be a gopher again, I would always want him to help us with our room, even when we have no need for these gophers. So continue to be awesome. And I'll tell you another reason why I think you're awesome. You're continuing to listen to the show and you're downloading. And so in some way or another, you're supporting what I'm doing here. And you know what? That's pretty awesome. I don't know your name. Well, okay, and some of you, I do know your name. Some of you, I do know your face. And some of you, I do know your voice. But there's a lot of you who I don't. And so for all the nameless individuals who are supporting me, thank you. You are awesome. So take that and bring that into the rest of the world. Do something for somebody without being asked and without any obligation in doing it, and continue to be awesome. Thank you everyone once again to continuing to listen and download. As I just mentioned a moment ago, if you haven't figured it out, this show is sort of, I guess, my roundabout way of talking about modesty. There are a couple of ways that you guys can be, as I said before, more awesome, and that would be contribution. And there's a couple ways to do that, and it's real easy. Just send us some audio, record some audio, send it to us by email at thisotakuslife@gmail.com. And the two ways you can immediately contribute is that you can send us some audio about a story that we've already talked about here, a story or a topic that we've already covered, and or bring up a new idea, a new suggestion. And last, we do these show IDs at the beginning of the show, and we scramble up the different voices, and we ask people to basically say, "This Otaku's Life," with pauses in between. So it makes it easier for us to cut it up and put it together. And it adds some variety, some change at the beginning of every show. again, as I mentioned before, this show isn't just about me talking about something. It's about everybody. You, my friends, and other people that I'm going to ask to contribute and who I've already asked, but I haven't had the time to cut up their segments and integrate them into the future shows just yet. So that's it. That's all I wanted to ask of you, to be a little more awesome for the show. And, if you think by doing it, it makes you awesome, no. But if you do it, I'll think you're awesome. And that's all I'm looking for. So, again, as I mentioned, you can email us at thisotakuslife@gmail.com. You can check out our Twitter. There's not much on it, but I will be posting more as things continue. And that's This Otaku's Life. And also, we have a website if by chance you found us in some way other than the website. And that's thisotakuslife.com. So until next week, everyone, have a good one and continue to be more awesome than you already are.